In this today decade or generation, it's all about what the spouse, like the husband and wife, is okay with. And I feel like that's where submission comes in. Like, you hear what your husband desire and vice versa, and now you need to be open to submit to that. For me, before marriage, I need to know what you need. Like, what do you desire in a woman, in a wife, and if I'm willing to make that sacrifice for you or not. Because I feel like a lot, even from the video you showed us, for me, I'm just like, what if that woman knew like she was gonna have to hear all of that and be open and know that this is not her new lifestyle?
I want you to know. She has to know. She has to know. In the African household, you have to submit. If you don't submit, then what's the point of the bride price? What's the point of the bride price? What did I pay all the bride price for?
What's the bride price?
So the bride price is like this amount of money that the groom's family pays to the bride's family. Just like an appreciation, like, you know, we value the kind of work you've done and your daughter, bringing her up to this type of level. Now I'm taking over her, but I'm paying you this bride price as a token of appreciation.
Yes.
But in the African household or in the African culture, the way that's how it's being. But in today's society, it's like now a couple of men or a lot of men or people overstep their boundaries to just look at the bride price as a price of ownership.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
But is it?
I own you now.
But so it's not. It's not a price of ownership. No, I'm asking now.
So like I said, some people look at it like that.
So do you look at it like
Me
that?
personally, I'm gonna tell my wife or my future wife that, oh, I own you now because my family paid a bride price for you. Like, people who do that are just dumb. Why? What is it? What type of ownership is that one? Like,
So you know how maybe after you married your wife or whatever, you guys get in one crazy argument and then you are saying, okay, I'm taking you to your father's house. Your father will pay me back my bride price, the amount of money that. Exactly. So in that context, what does it mean?
in that context,
is it appreciation? Because you don't collect appreciation back. It's not refundable. But if you say, oh, I'm going to collect the bride price back, I'm taking you back to your... That means it's like you're paying for...
He sounds upset.
That means you don't love her.
But bride price is paying for the woman to leave her father's house, and because you are taking care of her now. So it's...
See, you're looking like that, but that's not what it is.
So that's like a deposit.
I think from traditional culture is the fact that you own the woman now. As bad as it sounds, that's what I'm saying, traditional. And it's not, I don't think we should condone that in today's society, but that's how it's always been.
When you say bride price, well, for a man to now say, oh, I own you because I paid this, that's disrespectful for me. It's like, there's no love in that. I don't see how a person can love a person like that. Or how can you love somebody and say that it's because I paid for you. I love you, I own you. I'm like, no, that's not love to me.
There's villages in Imo States that the flip side, the woman basically pays the husband's family. So they go to the husband's village and then, but it's tradition. And then they basically
How
pay.
can you snap for the bride? You snap for the groom price. What's going on here?
Do people still live under that mentality?
Yes.
And like you said, that's slavery then. And it's sad.
It's not slavery.
Because it's slavery because I'm already, as a woman, I'm cooking for you. I'm taking care of the
Are you
children.
really cooking?
Yes.
Are you really cooking?
I'm taking care
How
of
many
the
women
kids.
are really cooking? How many?
Well, I'm cooking. And in this generation now, women work too. Not just men, women work too. So you're now telling me that I have no choice but to always submit to you in sex or whatever needs you have. That's not fair. Well, you gotta also be considerate to what I'm going through. That's how people get mental illness sometimes. Like because you're suffering and you're keeping everything inside.
Then talk to me about it then.
But
We're
that's
a
the thing,
couple.
Nigerian men sometimes, or the men, like, no offense, that thing, hopefully you're just speaking.
Yeah.
But a man that speaks like that, they don't care about what that woman wants. It's all about me. Look, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and the third. You need to do what I need you to do.
But I think people's definition of like being submissive is different. Cause y'all way up here on the high spectrum. Like I ain't finna do everything you tell me to do, but I still will listen to you. Like if you come up to me and we're at an event and you're like, okay, it's time to go. That's like a form of submission and still being respectful and things like that. But I'm not finna be like doing every single thing you tell me to do. You know what I'm saying? But I'll still be respectful and I'll still cook and clean, give the basic things that a woman is supposed to do or whatever. As long as you're doing what a man is supposed to do.
Exactly.
What if me too? I'm cooking and cleaning.
Okay, thank you.
So what else are you bringing to the table?
We're still. You act like your wife is not gonna give you sex. Let's.
Give me sex. I'm giving you sex.
Okay, you act like in your marriage you're not gonna have sex. You know.
How else are we going to raise children?
Exactly.
How will they come into the world?
But I feel like you're making it seem like we're not gonna, like she said, we're not gonna be submissive in that area. We're gonna respect you, but respect my needs.
Which area, though? Which area are you talking about?
Okay, well, let's
Cooking
talk
and
about
cleaning.
the areas. Because what do man or husband really expect? Like, the main thing to, you know, keep food in the house, take care of, you know, our house, make sure the kids are, you know, taken care of, and I'll bring home the bacon. I'll bring home the money.
What if you're bringing home more money than me?
What about that?
So, no, but you're saying the woman will do all these other things, and then as men, I'll bring home the bacon. What if in America, women are making more than their husband?
I'll hear a lot of women say, "Oh, I'm the you know, like the nurturer." Yes, I know you are. So I will cook, I will clean. Well, your job description is not to cook and clean. Our job description is to take care of the family, and if that is one thing out of the taking care of the family, then we'll both be doing those things. Now, there will be days where you can't. Say, for example, you work in healthcare or you work on weekends. Who is going to be cleaning the house? Is it not me? If you're, for example, a travel nurse, you're traveling all the time, and guess who's going to be taking care of the house? Me. I'm not going to call you from Colorado to come and clean house because this is your job description. I'm not going to do that. So when I'm paying majority of the bills, and I feel like because you said you will cook and clean, so where will you be cooking and cleaning from? New York to Houston? I'm sorry, how?
I'm not splitting the bill 50-50. I'm not splitting a rent 50-50. I do not believe in that. And that's the thing. If a man is supposed to lead in a relationship, what are you leading? Like, a man's job to me is to provide and protect. Those are his main two things. You got one job, two, to provide and to protect. That's it. So you want me to respect you as a man and give you authority and leadership and all this, but you want me to go 50-50? So I need to be playing the exact role with you because now we even and things like that.
But I know as a woman, we were created so, you know, to take care of the house. That's just in our being, you know?
I guess.
But of course, it's great to see our husbands do the same. Well, husbands do the same thing.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just saying, like, I think we are, I don't know, society made us, or even the Bible says it too, of how a woman is, you know, supposed to carry themselves, and also how a man's supposed to carry themselves. But like I said, in this generation, we remix things. But like I said from the get-go, you need to talk to your girlfriend and boyfriend first before you marry. So when the marriage comes, you don't have to have these conflicts because it's already been talked about.
For myself, I know I'm going to be cleaning. I know I'm going to be washing dishes. I know I'm going to be cooking from time to time. But at the end of the day, in my own head, the way I see it, I think that being submissive is when it comes to making decisions and taking those critical decisions as far as, how are we going to do this? How are we going to raise the children? Like she said, are we going to this party that we were invited to? Even at that point too, of course, by default, I said the man is the authority and should make the decision. But I don't think in my situation, I'm not going to be like, okay, we're not going to this place. Shit.
Does she have a right to say the same thing?
Of course. And check this, I was about to say, so check this out. My fiance went to Burna Boy's concert yesterday. I didn't want to say why you know she's going. I'm not trying to control your movement and control you and control everything. Of course, I will have a say so, you know, but I'm not. At the end of the day, you're making a decision and you're making a conscious decision, and whatever the consequence is from that decision, of course, we will share it. But at the same time, I'm not going to. Don't look at me and make it a me thing and my fault or whatnot. But at the same time, we'll share it. She went. She's going. She goes on trips, she travels. Like, you're going, okay, bet. Who you going with? Yada, yada, yada. Oh, you think it's feasible? Or how much is it? Do you think you want to spend this amount of money? And at the end of the day, you still decided you want to do it. That's fine.
So what if you don't want her to go somewhere?
I will voice my opinion and say I don't think you should go. And I will hope and pray that she will listen.
And if she doesn't, you'll be mad?
She gonna know that I'm a little upset, but I'm not gonna stop her from going. That's the way I see it.
Isn't fiance and marriage different? So I'm like, now in a marriage, do you think you'll react?
In a marriage, I might be the same, but maybe I might voice my opinion more as far as I don't like.
You mean
really let her know that,
more assertive. Yeah.
But then if you see one girl, I'm not gonna fuck.
So you're never gonna say you're not going.
I'm not about to do that.
I will.
I'm not about to do that.
If my husband is
it's a different situation. It's a different.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask next.
Like, it's a different situation if I know she's going to. Or people I know I don't like or I don't fuck with, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That type of situation, no, you're not going. With her
whole friend.
You ain't going. You're not going anywhere.
Okay,
but
how
if it's like a group of friends, girlfriends and whatnot, and I know these people.
The video was saying after food is sex, so the sex is not a mutual.
What? Oh, what? My bad.
But I'm saying like I'm guessing the lady was a pastor preacher. I don't know, but she was telling them after food is sex for a man is sex. So isn't the sex like mutually beneficial? And are you not enjoying it?
But males,
your husband is enjoying it.
Statistics to show that males are always more horny or lustful than a woman.
That's not true.
That's not true. But in my own situation,
but that's the concept.
No, but men think more about sex than a woman. You don't think so?
No, that's not true. I think women think about sex just as men.
I feel like maybe men think about sex more, but women want sex more. When they have like a safe, trustworthy party to have sex with, it's like it's more than the man. I've never seen a situation where the man wants sex more than a woman. When there's like a trustworthy partnership, I feel like women have more of like that want.
So she's saying after food for a man is sex. And she backed that up with saying he has paid the bride price, so he owes you.
Yeah.
Right?
I just hate that. Like, God Christ owed me. I'm not a slave to nobody.
Oh my
God. When we
God.
die and go to heaven, we're splitting. So you don't owe me, you know? We both love each other and we're willing to marry and make this work. If I don't want to have sex that day, we're not having sex. Vice versa.
That's not right.
No.
Come on now.
You won't turn your girl down for sex?
Huh?
You won't turn your girl down for sex?
No.
If she wants sex? You will never turn her down?
No.
You're lying.
I wouldn't turn down sex if I was tired. Sometimes sex can be the caffeine I need to wake me up and keep me going. But for that to happen is, I'm not going to bust them up. I'm just going to enjoy it, let her enjoy it, because I'm giving her what she wants. My goal isn't to bust them up. My goal is to help her enjoy herself. But just that feeling and just having sex and not busting her nut is actually going to give me the energy I need, because what you're doing is you're arousing. To arouse something is to awake something. And when something's awake, you got energy.
Don't get me wrong, my husband will have sex, he'll smile. But I feel like if I'm tired and I need a rest and you're telling me you want sex, you need to understand that I don't want to at this moment. It may be I'm not feeling good, or the list goes on, and I thought you gotta respect that. And if you force me to have sex, I see it as rape.
I've turned down sex before, but there's definitely a reasonable explanation for it. It was in a public place. It was just in a very interesting location, and I always overthink. I'm an overthinker, and in that moment I was like, you know what? Let's just shoot. We'll just wait till we get home.
I don't turn down my man for sex. Like, that hardly ever happens. Like, I disagree. I'm not doing that. We about to have sex. Come on. Let's go.
I'm a petty type of person, to be honest. I don't even lie. And it's not on a petty level of I want to make you mad or upset, just to show you that me too, I can hold out. Not to hold out. Me too, I can hold out. Because people always say the guy always won. They say lie. I will hold out. I just sit down like this. She be touching me. I go strong, body. My body be strong. Touch me how you want. I don't even move. I'm like, I just put my this in like this.
If I say, yo, baby, I'm hungry, can you cook me some food? You should get up and go cook me some food, right? We don't have to talk about sex. We just say what submit means.
In that fridge, there's no food then.
Can you go heat the food up for me?
Was I working too?
See,
that's the thing with men. This is my issue with men sometimes, or at least the people I've dated in the past. I am tired just like you. Be considerate. Go and warm your own food too. Like, stop. I'm not saying every day I'm gonna always do that. Of course, there's gonna be times, let me honor my boyfriend or whatever and cook for sure. But there's times when I'm tired just like you. Why are you telling me to warm up your food? You see that I'm
Because
drained.
you're the nurturer, you're the woman, you're the one that keeps
But you see that
everything.
I'm drained. That's not considerate.
I feel like there are traditional roles that traditionally men typically do and women typically do. So I could do more cooking and more cleaning because by nature or whatever, I'm a nurturer. So I don't mind doing those things, taking care of the kids, stuff like that. I feel like a man's job is to protect and provide. So mostly you should be protecting and providing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't think there's any person that says, oh, you gotta do this all the time.
So-
but I feel like I should do that the majority of the time just because I'm traditional. I was raised traditionally. My personality is strong. My ego is not. So I am still gonna allow my man to lead. He is gonna wear the pants. I'm always gonna respect him. What he says for the most part, I'm gonna allow him to make the decisions. But I'm gonna be right there in his ear because I know I just have that personality. And I may be the one to speak up and say it first, but I need him to be able to come through and be the protector and the provider, be the head of the household. And that just means, to me, protecting as a whole. And no, it's not about financial, but I feel like if you're a man, you're supposed to provide. And so I just feel, me personally, I do feel like the man is supposed to give more financially or pay more financially. I'm gonna hold my own, so I'm not saying you have to take care of everything, but you running around here wanting to be the man of the household, and you want to be the leader, and you want to have authority, then you need to give the main two principles of a man, which is to provide and to protect.
If somebody's saying a woman must clean the house, I don't believe in that. Why can't a man clean the house? A woman must cook. No. Why can't a man cook? A man must pay all the bills. No. Why can't a woman pay bills too? You know, so because at the end of the day, you're doing these things to raise your family, right? So make sure that your family is thriving and make sure your family is healthy across the board. So if a certain person makes more, and it's all about fairness, if a certain person makes more, why should the person who makes less provide more? Maybe it's just from a numbers perspective, I just don't understand it. I don't believe in 50-50, neither do I believe in one person paying all the bills. It doesn't make me paying all the bills doesn't make me more or less of a man. So I mean, I don't agree with that.
A man is typically supposed to like carry bags and heavy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a man is supposed to do that. Like I don't want to see a woman carrying a whole bunch of heavy shit and her man is walking beside her. That's not traditionally. That doesn't look
What are
correct.
you doing
That's
when
not
it's
right.
stronger?
Huh?
No?
No.
I mean, it might be stronger. What do you mean? We better go to the gym now, dude.
Within the household, there's no rule that says the woman has to be the one to cook 100% every single time.
It's not a rule. It's just kind of it's like an unspoken
Yeah, I get it,
expectation.
but still, too, people take advantage of that stuff.
They do.
So I'm not for that. Like, yeah, my wife will cook. I'll cook too. We'll cook together. If I'm at home first, I'm cooking.
Right.
I'm not waiting for her to come home and then sit on the table like one useless king and be like, come on, cook. No, I ain't gonna do that.
Right.
And that was what you just said was the thing. People are taking advantage of that. There's nothing wrong with, like, I'm totally 100% with you. Like, I would do whatever my husband wants. I would treat you like a king, but you better make sure I'm getting treated like a queen as well.
So that's what I was.
So both people submit to each other.
Yeah.
Wait. So I was actually gonna ask, because you talked about like the basic submission. I'm like, okay, so if you want to put it on a scale, say a scale of 1 to 10, let's say basic is like 3, right? You're doing like the bare minimum, right? So for you to actually get to a 10, which is what you would ideally want in a marriage, right? Let's forget a relationship. A marriage, y'all should be like peak and peak, neck and neck with each other. So I'm guessing, what are the things that, and I was gonna also like ask you as well, Abby, what are the things that a man has to do to, because you can say submission, but like, are men really submitting to their wives? It's like,
But are you as a man fulfilling the wants and desires and the needs that your woman wants?
okay, so what are those needs in order to like take you to a
loyalty, protection, respect? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
To me, everything falls up under the loyalty umbrella. Like if you're loyal, you are going to protect. If you are a good man, I just feel like everything falls up under the same umbrella. Like if you're protecting your woman, you are protecting her heart, you're protecting her physically, mentally, spiritually. You are protecting her in every single way possible. You're protecting her by keeping other men away from her, other women away from her. So if you have all these things going on, you can't protect her. You have to be a protector in every single way, in every single aspect.
I will still do what I believe I need to do to make sure my husband's happy. But if I see an issue that he's not doing with me, like you said, loyalty, communication, showing me love, you know, I'm gonna start talking like there's a problem with that. I'm not gonna stop being me, but you're gonna start hearing my mouth a lot more because you're not doing what you're also supposed to be doing.
And women naturally want to do more for a good man.
So let's go around. Do you agree with the bride price culture?
No, I hate
I'm
it.
not familiar with that. So
I think it's stupid. For me, it's just like, I mean, I know today, like the Americanized way is more playful. Cause I know I've seen it where the husband will pay and then the mother of the bride was okay, now take care of my daughter with it. You know, but the way, like the real tradition is a disrespect, is an insult. Pretty much you're seeing me as an object. If my parents decide to get a bride price, I'm open to doing it, but if it's to the point where it's like you're not gonna accept my husband unless he pays this amount, then no, because I feel like you're thinking about yourself now.
that is morally incorrect. You do not pay for a person. My thing is, cultures change, traditions change, and things like that. So I'm wondering, like, as people become more Americanized and things like that, like, will that change? Could that potentially change one day? And so maybe that's not gonna be in the Nigerian culture anymore.
If our families wants to have that communication, that's them. What I'm saying is the communication with my wife. We're gonna have that and say, because I want somebody who's gonna think the same as me. So if we're thinking the same, in my mind, I'm like, if they decide to do that, that's on them. But I don't want no dealings with it. I don't want it to affect our relationship. Here's who I am, here's how I think.
At the end of the day, it's up to us to control what we can. Bride price, I feel like, is just family. Like, it's like your father, mother, and the rest of the village, whatever they want to do, that's on their discretion. But it's not really gonna affect how me and you feel for each other. So
There has to be a reason why they had that back then. Like, you have to think about how they lived back then. And
They weren't married because of love, though. They were married because, we need to be fruitful and multiple.
But everybody has a definition of
you
love
don't know
now. If your family wants that for you, because I mean that's what your parents will ask for, and it's something you necessarily don't have a control over, because by the time it starts getting to that point where it's like no yes, there's gonna be conflicts, and that's like the last thing you want.
I mean, I would do it to honor if my parents want or his parents want to bride price, let's do it. But when we get home, we're not living under
Right. No, understandably. So now for certain women,
say that. His family paid it.
They're right.
You understand that?
So he pays the bride price and it started because abusive. You're saying I can't walk out? I will walk out. Do you hear me? What kind of stupid is that? Because someone's gonna die. Let's be honest. I will walk out, and then I pay back the money. Because who told you? Because when you pay for me, no one said that the rules were to not beat me. We didn't have that in the list. I don't care. Like, no, we're not doing that.
But sometimes it's not even just the parents; it's the village.
The village needs money
It's
too.
the village, because now you want to, like, you know, your umunna, which is like your people. Say umunna, so your people, your countrymen, your village people. You don't want to disrespect them. So if you give away their daughter, because the daughter of the community is not just your daughter, it's the daughter of the village. So if you just give her away like that, they'll be angry at you.
So has the village took care of their daughter too?
Huh?
Did the village provide for that daughter?
I mean, yes, from a but it's just tradition, right? So it's tradition, and sometimes it's not just necessarily the husband and wife or the dad and the mom. They're just trying to like extort your boyfriend, your significant other. It's just tradition where they know that the parents know that from their village they want something.
When it's expensive, I'll go and pay bride of 10K and I'll bring everybody of 100. Come on now, baby. If you just want like 2 bags of yam, we'll give you 2 bags of yam and Capri-Sun and all this orange juice, all these things. We'll bring it plenty. Drop it here, pure water, all these things. Water, we'll just bring it and we'll give you guys, like that's our, we bring something to the table. Coconut, cola nuts, all this. Cashew nut. Just drop everything for you guys.
All of this, I'm not doing all of that. And if I disrespect or dishonor my family, so be it. Because now I'm starting a new family, True. If y'all don't want to love me because I don't want to go abide with this, then that's your own burden.
Have you had this conversation with your family before?
My mom knows I'm not into all of that. Like, I like the way where they that the husband does it and give it back. But now when you actually say paying my auntie and uncle, why they're not working?
It's not
The village. You saying no? He said something earlier that
he's
you're
talking
paying
about
for the
back then.
village.
Like that's how he's talking about back
Yeah,
then.
even if I was back then, why am I paying that village? Did it not work?
You were saying this back then.
I was saying,
That's
come
how you
on,
were
stone me. I'm not paying for that village.
For us as a younger generation, looking at them, maybe we can have a conversation and talk about this kind of thing.
Yeah. But family.
Not necessarily saying, "Yo, let's change it," but let's change the narrative behind it because it sounds like.
But it's your narrative though, because it's at the end of the day, it boils down to how you treat your wife. At the end of the day, are you going to treat her like, oh, I paid bride price on top of your head? No.
Not even that. Let's get away from the ownership aspect. Just two families. I got 3 daughters, and this one got a higher price than this one. Like they set a certain value. So there's a wrong narrative in that
Yeah.
because now you have the women who are feeling like they have no say so in this, but they actually have strong emotional feelings behind it because you're putting a number behind each person.
Well, I went to school more than the other one.
Now we can jokingly talk about it. These are real,
Yeah,
these
no,
are
it is.
real
It is a real
That's
thing.
a
Yeah.
security and all that.
Yeah.
Those are real ass issues. So I get the concept, but maybe the narrative has to change because the discussion has to be had.
Then again, some families, or actually a lot of families, just still uphold that traditional, I guess, way, and it's like just $20 type of thing. So you actually know that it's very minimal to the point where it's like it's nothing, right? But it's the fact that you actually came and did that thing based on tradition. Like you go to the introduction or whatever, which is, obviously your husband, daddy and mommy already know that you're dating this guy, but you just come to say, oh, who's your husband? Oh, is he him? Okay. You start acting funny like how you do traditional wedding.
Yeah.
Go and find your husband. You know what your husband? We know who it is. Different now because you is me or is me. It's not right. It's pointless, but it's just tradition,
Yeah.
right?
Does the Bible really want the husband to have authority over the wife?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah.
That's literally what it says.
Yeah.
I think a husband's created to lead. Now, authority.
That was perfect. Like, yes, a man is supposed to lead.
Yeah.
Authority.
So authority is not
Well,
leading.
no, that's not necessarily.
That is authority.
Okay, you can call it that, but I don't have
It's not?
to
No,
do
it literally
every
is.
single thing that you say. To me personally, when I hear the word authority, that means that I cannot question you. That means that what you say goes. Me personally, I will give my man the leadership role, but nobody has authority over me. I'm naturally submissive to a good man, so that's not a problem with me, but I'm only gonna be submissive to a good man.
Women, we have a voice, although I do believe that men are created to lead, they're created to have authority in the biblical way. At the same time, women also have leadership too in the house. So women should also have a voice in the house. So, a male should also be able to listen to a woman's perspective before making a final conclusion.
So you was Game of Thrones?
No.
No, you was Game of okay. No, shit. But whatever. When the leader of the army is going to war, you are the soldier, right? I'm not saying the woman is a soldier. I'm just saying, like, you have a I'm just saying you have a leader. Yeah, but you have there's a leader, right? So I feel like as that head, you're basically going with his decisions. I'm not saying your own ideas are null and void, but I feel like he has the final decision. So authority is like I have that final decision because I have authority over making that decision, and of course other things.
As long as you are open to hearing
Of
my
course,
input,
yes.
definitely, let's work it out.
Definitely.
But it's not gonna be where it's just like this is what we're gonna do.
No.
Let's
He's
talk
basically
about
the face of the team. So he's the one. He's like that spokesperson
Okay, yeah, I
who
said
makes
it. Men are created to lead, so
Right.
it depends on.
So he has
that's
the
thing.
authority,
The word
right?
authority is a shaky one because
Yeah, I feel
everyone
like-
has a different definition. That's why I said lead and
Right.
authority. I get what you were saying about the leadership and authority.
Yeah.
Let's
So
just-
what is authority to you guys?
Right.
It's okay. We're going too deep. Okay, let's.
No, but that's the truth.
But yeah, just answer the
What
question.
you say?
No,
Yeah,
what's
it's just-
y'all's definition of what authority is? What is
In this
I hold
aspect,
rank over you.
you hold what over what?
Yeah.
What?
No, that's no.
You say you held the rank.
Yeah, like
Let me.
I'm a
Okay, this
district manager.
is how I look at
The people
difference.
that work in my district, I have authority over them. They have to say what I tell them to do because I see the.
That's
So they don't have to say
Hey.
so. So they don't have to say so.
That makes
they
me
do have to say
shake.
so.
Okay.
Because, no. The good thing about good leaders is they listen. So
Okay.
I'm listening to them because the only way I could be better is when I listen to the people that are actually doing the work out there.
Okay.
Now, but I still have authority over them.
But listen
I'm
how
not
you
gonna-
say, but
me as
listen
a
how you
person
sound when you
should
say
ask
you
you
have
what type of
authority over
authority.
them. But when you say you're a leader, that means you are with them. Like y'all are one and you're just like.
Leadership is a trait, but authority is like
Okay, so it's different.
no, it's the same thing.
No, it's different.
So basically, here's the thing. So here's the thing.
I think
it's
So
different.
It's a characteristic.
Like the definition, I understand or I get where that verse is coming from, but everyone's taking it in a different
Exactly.
realm, and that's my issue.
Exactly.
Depends on what your authority
What does the
is.
Bible say about authority?
It says, but you're not hearing me. Like it says that, but a man can say, okay, so that means if I
Right.
say jump, you better jump.
Right.
Better
People
jump.
would
How
take
do you
that.
interpret that
Yeah.
word? That's
Better
what,
jump.
That's what she's saying. Like you literally interpret that totally different from how I took it. You know what I'm saying? Or I can give myself as an example. I've learned about myself in a relationship. I am more of the dominant person in a relationship. However, I'm still gonna respect my man and let him pretty much lead. But if you want to look at it, I am the dominating person in my relationship. That's why I date kind of mellow guys.
You're going to pick somebody that's mellow.
That's who I met
So
you
you
with.
can't be with somebody that's just dominant.
No, that doesn't mean
Dominant
that
how?
That
Wait,
doesn't mean
dominant
that
in what aspect? In the room, in
Why
bed?
we talking about sex? We not talking about
I mean, she said dominant. I'm trying to figure out what happened to dominant. Are you a dominatrix or something?
I told you they think about sex. They think about sex.
No.
Like people's interpretations are so. That's
Hey,
crazy.
we're running out of time.
Just
We're
joking,
running out of time. We're running out of time, but I'm gonna throw the verse out there. Ephesians 5:23. For a husband has authority over his wife, just as Christ had authority over the church, and Christ Himself, the Savior of the church, His body. And so wives must submit themselves completely to their husbands, just as the church submits itself to Christ.
And I get that, but I'm saying men will take that
Exactly.
and say and think something different.
Right. Just
That's
like,
when you have a
just
bad
like in
leader.
slave days, the owners used the Bible to, you know what I'm saying, to
Yeah,
control.
that's-
And men is like black
Well,
and
that's
white.
why in today's day and age you can't divorce. You know, you
No, that's what I'm saying. In this day and age, you need to talk to your husband and see
Right.
how do you view things.
Right. What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you need?
Yeah, what is your authority
Yes.
before I'm willing to
Right.
submit to that or not?
What do you mean, what is yours?
Like what is
Good
it?
conversations, good conversations, good shit. Time's out. We're running out of time. There's gonna be a lot of editing. Thank you guys so much.
No, this is a good
Facts.
Have me over there. You know what's-
I'm so done.
Oh man.
Wow.